Gabatrix, the Cipra Campaign. Series by C. Med. Humanity has long been recovering from the shock of the events of finding an alien species. The Atrians have been a sense of wonder, both fear-invoking and inspirational at the same time. Their history is that of hardship in the Milky Way galaxy. At the same time, however, we have never truly lost hope in them. It is only a hope to us that they don't turn out to be that white dwarf star, consuming and obliterating humanity in the process. The reality of the Atrians, more specifically the Aksren clan, is that of momentum. The subspecies of the Atrian race are one that is easily reflected by the beliefs of the other clan species. The humans view the Aksren clan as holistically evil. The Jalgren clan view them as a powerful but dangerous nuisance. The Tarintar clan is probably the most unique. Most of them tend to view them as dangerous adversaries, confounding and almost unstoppable. The truth, however, is only revealed in their history, because the Aksren clan initially controlled the galaxy and the entire fate of the Atrian species. Only one species successfully managed to accomplish that task, but slowly lost it in time. A simple wave of the hand and the image of the binary stars are gone. Instead, the darkness of space reflects that of a single picture image that appears before us. It is that of a single Aksren. The Anthro-oviraptor is shorter than the typical human being. He is sitting on a lavish throne adorned by gems from every planet that belongs to the former empire of Yal-gren. His smooth-scaled skin is red and brown. He generally looks the same as many of the Aksren of his kind, but the clothing and persona that he gives off are that of royalty. From the brief but controllable smile that he has, it is easy to deduce that he knows that he has the respect of the crowds. He knows that people like him and worship him, and that he tends to their needs as well. The clothing is that of a long cloak of white fur. From his torso, he has that of a ruby shirt and brown silk pants. When one compares this image to other emperors of the Aksren clan, one can only find a few that reflect this attitude. This leader that we view upon is that of a commoner. He does not want the others to view him as the luxurious elite, even if he was born of nobility. He was raised to treat others as second-class citizens, but that isn't what he desires. In the 4-digit left hand of this leader is that of a small scepter. On the top portion of this icon is that of a holographic display that shows that of warship schematics. His face is almost drawn to this image as if he desires it more than anything else. His long brown tail flows off the throne and down to the ground. His posture is that of assurance. There is much more to this picture and image. While drawn to the image on his scepter, his view is that of others that are seemingly around him. A small amount of light that reflects off his gold-plated, adorned, protruding nose crest shows that of other Atrian hands. According to many of the Atrian historians, this was how the emperor wanted his picture to be taken. There are 2 pairs of Atrian hands or arms. One is that of red and brown, similar to his. The famed mated woman who would become empress is care, concern, and pride towards the emperor. The other one is grayish in color and has fins protruding from near the elbow. A purple gold-plated ring could be seen from one of the 4-digit fingers. The hand is much bigger than his, and possibly from a fellow mistress's. These hands and posture show that of outright love, desire, and caring. Despite the leader's view of the image, his view seems to be pulled towards this Jalgren woman that was rumored to be a lover. His other free hand is drawn towards her as a form of lingering desire to have her. This image that we're looking at is that of Emperor Jalgren the Great, one of the most famous Etrians to exist in the last 50,000 years of current Etrian history. Many of the humans that are learning about Etrian history have nothing but incredible reports about this singular individual. No doubt, Jalgren is one of the pinnacle characters that would shape the destiny of the Etrians. His reputation is interestingly respected by all of the Etrian subspecies, even if he was a warlord and powerful ruler. Jalgren the Great was, by many, the most idealistic and successful of future rulers. He had access to one of the best shipyards in the most powerful Aksren Empire of the long-deceased Yal-gren the Great. Jalgren was speculated to be a family descendant of Yal-gren, even if the bloodline had long but faded into obscurity. Instead, he treasured and valued things that he enjoyed the most during his childhood. He loved spaceships. Humans often compare Jalgren to that of an Etrian Peter the Great, mixed with attributes from Alexander the Great and Genghis Khan. If anything, he managed to succeed and survive far greater than those previous examples. It was widely spoken that a few Utilians and Jalgren that lived in the brutally racist conditions of the Aksren Empire had taught and introduced ideals into the young future leader. He became sympathetic but realistic to the environment that the Etrians lived under. What makes Jalgren a renowned individual is that he got his wish. When he wasn't delegating the tedious orders of leadership, he was at the orbital shipyards working with fellow construction workers or designers. His love and passion were never-ending, and he picked up on every little detail on how to make the best spaceships that could ever operate. In time, Jalgren realized that Renlar, his planet, and the empire of Yal-gren could very well seize upon the critical assets of other worlds. To control space was to control the destiny of future civilizations. He used his skills to begin designing brand new warships that he felt would change the tide of future warfare. With the immense resources, technical innovation, and careful negotiation, Jalgren would begin to spread his influence. One by one, solar system after solar system would fall to his fleets. Other Aksren empires had no choice but to agree to his actions. Utilians, Jalgren, Pelierans, and the Alarajal clans would watch as their fleet assets would succumb to Jalgren's ingenuity and power-hungry maneuvering to conquer the galaxy. Jalgren was never the sort of individual that believed in exterminating the other. He was the first emperor to wipe out all opposition successfully, but many viewed him as a gracious victor. To him, he was liberating the clan species from the atrocities and decadence that the clan's internal governments, warlords, and leaders had brought towards their own people. Even other clan species can further later acclaim that in some respects the Aksren emperor was that of a hero. The Alarajal and Jalgren were just the prime examples of a people that focused on fighting amongst themselves to the point of barbaric brutality. When Jalgren rode through, the devastated Jalgren and Alarajal fleets were obliterated. When the emperor announced his victory, the defeated populations feared the worst. They believed that the nuclear bombs were to fall upon their world, but the Aksren wanted none of it. It was here that many viewed Jalgren the Great as an Etrian uniter. Cohesion was his main goal as he continued to fight the Utilians and the remaining Aksren empires that resisted him. His promise was fulfilled when he passed reform after reform. Even if parts of the population were against him, his word was law. He wanted equality for the defeated subspecies. Their cultural views, various beliefs, traditions, and aspects would slowly bleed into Renlar culture and outward in all directions. Now named the Empire of Jalgren, it would spread outward and control all of Etrian space. By the end point of his life, he watched as the final Aksren Empire would surrender to his growing superpower. Within 200 years, Jalgren controlled a quarter of the Milky Way galaxy. As the humans were still in their most infantile of pre-civilizations, the Aksren clan ruled and dominated everything. A single Aksren was all it took for the lives of trillions to be affected. Jalgren's legacy was profound. It was known as 20,000 years of peace and relative prosperity as more and more of the other non-Aksren would adjust to living the life among the Aksren clan. To this day, all the Etrians at least understand the U-K-K language, the words that can be spoken from planet to planet. Many often compare the Empire of Jalgren to that of the Roman Empire on Earth, both in personality, cultural, and economic prosperity. Slavery was all but non-existent. However, Jalgren's empire was never to last. Not everyone cherished his idealism and openness to others. Some in the Aksren clan were raised in a cloud of elitism, bigotry, and racism. Within 10,000 years ago, the empire was no more. The clans would splinter off to fight one another once again. Determination to eradicate the other was paramount. Violence would return as the few Etrians dreamed of the former glory days of Jalgren. By the time we're talking, 5 of the Aksren empires are united under economic and partnership treaties. The empire of Itzis is the remnant of Jalgren's glory and desired dominance to create a united galaxy and maintain it by any means necessary. Why is all of this important? You already have that answer. The knowledge of the Etrians is now bleeding into the human race. Like the 2 binary stars that we just witnessed, there is the possibility that one star will consume the other. However, it's also possible that the 2 stars can combine to become a new star that will burn brighter than anyone can ever imagine. The human race has essential choices to make in its long future. There are consequences with every action or inaction that it makes. The only way to help answer those questions is to analyze the past thoroughly. The interactions and sacrifices of a single individual can influence billions to trillions. Even if there are far fewer humans than Etrians, the single impact of their discovery can become beneficial. Each of the clan species also has its own choices to make if they are going to survive indefinitely. With a simple wave of the hand, the image of Jalgren fades into obscurity, replaced by the great field of stars.